Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another video here on my YouTube channel. Today, we are continuing our 5-year rebuild series here on the YouTube channel. Today, we are doing the Baylor Bears. Now, last year in CFB 25, I did rebuild Baylor, but when I went to edit the Baylor film, I realized half of it was me being muted, so there was no audio, so I had to delete the video. But today, we are rebuilding Baylor here in CFB 26. When I did that Baylor rebuild, I won a natty. We're gonna see if we can win a natty for Baylor with the actual audio this time. My chat told me this time I'm not muted. Anyway, Baylor's an 84 all across the board. They run the air thread in a 3-3-5 tilt. Let's go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here is our roster. We have Sawyer Robinson, the senior quarterback. We have freshman Walker White. I don't think he should transfer. Parker Van Ness, we're going to redshirt him. Hopefully, don't transfer. We got Nate Bennett, running back. We have Brian Washington, Dawson Pendergrass. I believe he had a good second half to the year. We have Darnell Skaggs, Tayshawn King, and Joseph Dodds. Fullback, nobody. Receivers, Josh Cameron, the senior. Colby Prentice, Cole Wilson, Lewis Brown the fourth, and then a bunch of guys I don't know. Michael Trigg is our starting tight end. We have Matthew. His deal breaker is pro potential. Now, what I've learned from the YouTube videos I watch and doing these rebuilds, that the first year, a lot of guys are going to transfer, so we just have to accept that. Sidney Ferger is our starting left tackle. Left guard is Ryan Lengel. Our center is Colton Price. Omar, whatever that name is, not going to try to pronounce it, is our starting right guard. At right tackle, we have Caden. Left end, we have Winston, and I don't know anybody, unfortunately. We have Matthew Forbes White as our starting right end. And some guys there. D-tackle, we have Jackie Marshall, Coper Lance, and Devon Tezino. And a bunch of guys I don't know. Kenton Thomas, the junior, his deal breaker is playing time, but he's probably going to be starting. We got him. We have Tavian Barnes, our starting middle linebacker, or Mike, whatever you want to call it. Our Will. We have Phoenix Jackson. I'm just new to these new positions. I'm so familiar with those old positions. Caden Jenkins is our starting corner. Tevin Williams the third. Reggie Bush the second. And Calvin Simpson Hunt. And then a bunch of guys I don't know there. Devin Turner will be our starting free safety. Strong safety, we have Kendrick Simpkins there. Kicker, we have Greg Berman and Palmer Williams as our punter. So there are some good players. There are some holes on the roster. So we're going to recruit. Let's go. Clayton Brightwell committed. Angel Flint committed. Gabe Salcido committed. Neil Simonson committed. Corbin Groupup committed. James Mingo committed. Kevin Gaston committed. Tyree Archibald committed. Gabe Mathey committed. And ladies and gentlemen, in our first year here at Baylor, we're going to be going to the Big 12 Championship, taking on Iowa State. Bradley Collis committed. And ladies and gentlemen, your 2025 Heisman Trophy winner is Joey Aguilar. He had 4,794 yards, 41 tutties, and a 65% completion percentage. And ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go to the college football playoff here in our first year, and we're going to be taking on the LSU Tigers. And ladies and gentlemen, we have won our opening round. We are on to the next round. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be going to the Rose Bowl, taking on the Oregon Ducks. And ladies and gentlemen, I guess it just wasn't meant to be. We fall 38-17. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here are the year one stats. Sawyer Robinson, 304 for 476, 63% completion percentage, 3,569 yards, 30 tutties, 7 picks rushing. Washington, 217 for 1,286, 13 tutties. Robinson, 158 for 423, 2 tutties. Pendergrass, 65 for 239, 8 tutties. Skaggs, 38 for 108, 3 tutties. Receiving, Wilson, 46 for 776, 11 tutties. Brown, the fourth, 54 for 714, 7 tutties. Trigg, 53 for 633, 5 tutties. Cameron, 56 for 612, 2 tutties. Porter, 27 for 300, a tutty. Washington, 36, 240, a tutty. Matthew, 11 for 102, 2 tutties. Dorsett, 6 for 85. Skaggs, 9 for 55 with a tutty. Pendergrass, 4 for 28. And Colby, 2 for 24. How about the defense? 102 tackles by Barnes, Jenkins, 66, 64 by Williams III. Simpkins, 62, 47 for Cooper. Bobby, 46, 39 for Jackson. Coleman with 35, same with Carl Williams. Tackles for loss 12 by Marshall. Cooper with 11. Jordan with 9. 8 by Matthew. Winston with 7. 4 by Barnes. Jones with 3. 2 by Williams III. Bobby. Jackson, Coleman. Tenzo. 1 by Jenkins, Simpkins, and Thomas Sachs. 5.5 by Marshall. Cooper, 4.5. 3 by Winston. 3.5 by Winston, excuse me. Jordan with 3. Forbes White with 3. 2.5 by Jones. Barnes with 1.5. Same with Jackson. Williams III with 1. Half sack for Bobby and Simpkins. Interceptions 3 by Barnes and Jenkins. 2 by Williams III, Simpkins, Turner, Tyler Turner, and Devin Turner. 1 with 1 each. Year 1, we made the playoff. Can we continue that success into year 2? All right, ladies and gentlemen, it was Miami, Oregon meeting for the Natty. The 2 best teams meeting for the Natty. Oregon lost it. Oh, and they beat number 12 Oklahoma, went on a little bit of a run. But Miami, Oregon coming on top, 24-23. All right, here we are, the players leaving stage. Bryson Washington probably going to declare for the draft. Let's see if we can keep Pendergrass, and he's going to stay. So we're going to let go Bryson Washington. We're going to keep Pendergrass. How about this guy, Cameron? He's going to stay. Same with Reed, hopefully, yes. Kelly, he's not going to stay. Can we keep White? Why not? How about Skaggs? He's not. How about Caden? No, we will not. Forbes is not going to stay in our last shot. Let's see, Matthew. He's going to stay. So, everybody pretty much is leaving. We lost a shitload of players. We got to replace them in the portal, so let's go. Stephen Mangum, committed. Dion Mabin, committed. Philip Gold, committed. Terrell Doyle, committed. Howard Sampson, committed. BJ Allen Jr., committed. Ravion Rogers, committed. Stephen Calametlat, commits. Jelani McDonald, committed. Trent Ekapiiti, commits. And ladies and gentlemen, I have finally got my best recruiting class here in CFB 26 with Baylor. We finished 16th. That's the best in the Big 12. We've got some great recruits coming. Let's get to year 2, folks. Jamie Lockett, committed. Levi Collis, committed. Ronnie Goodwin, committed. Oscar Vieira, committed. Deontay Merriman, committed. Buy Free, committed. And ladies and gentlemen, for the second straight year, we are going to the Big 12 Championship. This time we're taking on Arizona State. Brian Freeland, committed. And your 2026 Heisman Trophy winner is Jeremiah Smith, receiver from the Ohio State. He had 111 receptions, 1,525 yards, and 19 tutties. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be going to the AutoZone Liberty Bowl, taking on the Texas Longhorn. And ladies and gentlemen, it wasn't even close as we get the doors blown off, 45-10. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here are the year 2 stats. Parker Van Ness got the start. He had 340 for 610, 55% completion percentage, 4,119 yards, 23 tutties, 16 picks. Rushing, Pendergrass, 200 for 1,056, 13 tutties. King, 79 for 366, 11 tutties. Dodge, 23 for 79, 2 tutties. Parker, 100 for 6. He had 100 carries, only got 6 yards, damn, but he did have 1 tutty. Mason, 1 for 2. How about the receiving? Dorsett, 80 for 1,229, 9 tutties. Lewis Brown, the 4th, 71 for 794 tutties. Porter, 61 for 784 tutties. Matthews, 66 for 662, 2 tutties. Neal, 22 for 295, 2 tutties. Pendergrass, 28 for 244 with a tutty. Bolly, 6 for 69 with a tutty. King, 3 for 30. Dodds, 3 for 20. How about the defense? 64 tackles for McDonald. Allen Jr., 62, 59 for Rogers. Thornton Jr., 56, 53 for Bush II. Coleman with 50, 58 for Keaton Thomas. Hayden and Corwin with 44 apiece. Tackles for loss, 12 by Jones, 10 by Devontae, and Kyler Jordan, 9 by Winston. Samuel with 6 along with DK Kalu. 4 for Corwin. Reggie, DJ, and Hayden with 2 apiece. 1 by McDonald, Allen Jr., Thornton Jr., Gabe, Ty, and Angel. Sacks, Jones with 6.5, 5.5 for Devontae. Kyler Jordan with 5, 4 for Winston. Samu with 3. 1 by Kalu, Hayden, Gabe, and Ty. Half sack by Corin and BJ Allen Jr. Interceptions 4 by Rogers. McDonald with 3. Allen Jr. with 1. And Thornton Jr. with 1. Obviously, a little step back, but let's just get to year 3. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it was USC versus Georgia in the Natty. Duke somehow got the buy-in. They got to the semi. How about USC and Penn State both upsetting in the 2 rounds? USC, of course, gets to the end. USC, Georgia, with Georgia coming on top, 45-24. Dante Kendricks committed. Sua Filamo Atu commits. George Diaz committed. Callum Pilgrim committed. Rasheem Hollis commits. Leon Burnett committed. Terrence Edmonds committed. Devarius Strange committed. Matthew Haslam committed. Colby Black committed. Ryan Niblett committed. Hayden Effler committed. David Duff commits. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we finished with the 16th best class. I believe that's what we finished with last year. Once again, the best recruiting class in the conference. I'm feeling good as I drop my phone, but let's get to year 3. Curtis Byron committed. Marquise Sumner committed. Daniel Gunn commits. Josh Martinez committed. Danny Ness commits. JD Jansen committed. Antoine Null committed. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be going to the Big 12 Championship, taking on Oklahoma State. Bobby Gain committed. And ladies and gentlemen, your 2027 Heisman Trophy winner is DJ Lataway, quarterback from Florida. He had 3,805 yards, 37 touchdowns, and a 74% completion percentage. And ladies and gentlemen, we have made the college football playoff, and we're going to be going to College Station, taking on Texas A&M. And ladies and gentlemen, we have done it. We took down Texas A&M. We're on to the quarters. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be going to the Rose Bowl, taking on the USC Trojans. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we lost to USC 20-14. We were right there, but we weren't. Damn. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here are the stats. Parker, 3 for 24, 563, 57% completion percentage. He had 3,839 yards, 29 tutties, 12 picks. The backup got a little playing time. How about rushing here? Welch, 217 for 904, 12 tutties. King, 73 for 276, 14 tutties. Parker, 100 for 163, 3 tutties. Howells, Rasheed Howells, 17 for 62 with 2 tutties. Oscar, 2 for 3. 1 for 3 by Brian Freeland. Joseph Dodds, 1 for 2. Receiving, Callis, 69 for 1,118, 13 tutties. Porter, 827 for 3 tutties. Neal, 635 for 5 tutties. Hawkins, Polly, 493 for 2 tutties. Brian Freeland, 24 for 275, 3 tutties. Polly had 47. Simonson had 55. I don't know. I did that. Michael Welch, 30 for 254 with a tutty. Dawson, 13 for 192, 2 tutties. James, 3 for 35. King, 4 for 33 with a tutty. Hollis, 3 for 32. And Kevin, 2 for 21. Defensively, 94 tackles for Kerry Brown, 84 for Kobe Black, 82 for Chris, 76 for Corin. Jalen with 73, 63 by Tyler Turner, 47 by Gabe. Gabe Salcido with 45. How about tackles lost? 10 by Gabe and DK. 8 for Samu and Ty. Corey with 7 along with Trent Thomas. Harlow Barrow with 6. 5 by Chris and Jalen Jones. 4 by Kerry Brown, Gabe, and Angel Flint. Please don't transfer. Paul with 3. 1 by David Duff. How about sacks? 8 by Kalu. Gabe with 6. 5 by Ty and Trent. 4 by Samu and Harold. 2 by Jalen Jones and Paul. 1 by Chris, or 1.5 by Chris. Corin and Gabe with 1 apiece, and a half sack for Kerry Brown. Interceptions, we had 4 by Kobe Black. Jalen and Ryan with 3 apiece. 2 by Tyler Turner. Kerry Brown with 1. Tyreek Ward and Jamarcus Ryder with 1. Obviously, year 3, we made the playoff. Let's go. Year 4, let's try to maybe win a natty. I think we can do it. I think we got the squad. Let's go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it was USC, Ohio State making to the national table. How about Florida? DJ Lagway, the Heisman Trophy winner, loses to the Ohio State. There is us on the bottom. And LSU beat Florida State. But in the end, it was USC, Ohio State. USC on top, 29-28. Larry Yang committed. Ben McAfee committed. KJ Cadillac committed. Drew Clemens committed. Jamerson Boren committed. Gerard Tuggle committed. Jose Vernet committed. Dontrell Bullock, committed. Anthony Whittard, committed. Jamal Sheed, committed. Deji Ogbogu, commits. Jake Caden Ferguson, committed. And ladies and gentlemen, my first ever top 10 recruiting class in CFP 26 comes in this dynasty at Baylor. We finished 8th in the nation, best in the Big 12. We have talent. Year 4 is it our year. Enrique D. Beer, committed. Adrian Lamar, committed. Robert Ireland, committed. George Robideau, committed. Brady Rubin, committed. Jamie Cesaro, committed. James Owens, committed. Malik Duke commits. Kane O'Neal committed. Derek Webb commits. Justin Jones commits. Jeff Lionheart commits. Josh Cheek commits. And ladies and gentlemen, we're once again going to the Big 12 championship, this time taking on Texas State. Can we finally win one? I don't know. And ladies and gentlemen, we finally have done it. We have won the Big 12. Let's go. Ethan Cohn commits. And ladies and gentlemen, your 2028 Heisman Trophy winner is Grayson Wilson, quarterback of USF. He had 4,707 yards, 49 tutties, and a 64% completion percentage. And we're going to be going to the Alamo Bowl, taking on Oregon State. And ladies and gentlemen, we have done it. We have won the Alamo Bowl. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here are the year 4 stats. Oscar Vieira got the start this year. He was 344 for 525, 65% completion percentage, 4,065 yards, 44 tutties, 8 picks. I'm excited to see what happens next year. Rashid, 122 for 538, 3 tutties. King, 96 for 439, 6 tutties, but he got hurt. Dodd, same thing, he got hurt. 58 for 260 with 3 tutties. Oscar, 126 for 196, 2 tutties. Kendricks, 26 for 66, 8 tutties. Denji, 5 for 11, and Collis, 2 for 5. Receiving, Collis, 86 for 1,243, 17 tutties. Dodd, 88 for 1,026, 9 tutties. Ferguson, 66 for 793, 10 tutties. Mingo, 53 for 517, 4 tutties. Simonson, 19 for 208, 1 tutty. Hollis, 17 for 104. Dodds, 5 for 61, 2 tutties. King, 5 for 48. Clemens, 4 for 41 with a tutty. Deontay Kendricks, 1 for 11. How about the defense? 97 tackles for Corbin. Let's go, my guy. Chris with 69. Gabe with 69. 66 for Steven. Ronnie, 65. 53 for Tyler Turner. Gabe, 52. Tackles lost, 17 by Gabe. Ty with 13, 10 by Gabe. Jamerson with 8, along with Jonah Williams. Harold with 5, 4 for Hayden. Corin with 3, David with 2, 1 by Mangum, Tyler Turner, Allen, and Alexander. Sacks, we had 10 by Gabe. Ty with 8, Jonah with 5, 4.5 for Gabe, 3.5 by Jamerson. Harlow, 2.5, 1.5 by David Duff, half by Mangum, and Allen. Interceptions, 3 by Tyler Turner, 2 by Corbin. Antoine Null with 2, 1 by Williams, Steven, and Chris. Let's get to the offseason. All right, ladies and gentlemen, what a national championship. SMU, Oregon, they got to go through a gauntlet. SMU, Louisville, Penn State, Georgia, Oregon, Ohio State, Bama, Florida. And wow, Miami even upset Boise. But in the end, SMU wins the Natty 35-21. Lion Atkins committed. Wade Cleveland committed. Julia Starks commits. Martin Catapano commits. Alex Yancey committed. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we finished with the 17th best class. We've had really good recruiting classes here at Baylor. It's time to put the chips in the basket and go win us a natty here at Baylor. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here as a team. Oscar Vieira up to an 86, playing at a 90. Our offense, by the way, is weaker than our defense, like Delaware, kind of. But our running backs, we have Wade Cleveland and Rashid Hollis, 99, 98 speed. What else? So Kendricks at 98 speed. How about our receiving core? Neal, 95 speed. Ferguson, 94 speed. Callis, 94 speed. A lot of these receivers looking good. Tight end, we have James Mingo. He's got a nice boost. Robert Ireland, the 5-star we just recruited. He's playing up to an 81 at left tackle. Left guard, obviously our left guard transferred, but we got Jamie Lockett to fill his shoes. Strange is going to start, even though we got Malik Duke. Danny Ness at right guard, even though we got a right guard. Philip Gold, at the right tackle. Deontay, 92. I think he's our best player on the defense, or on the team, rather. Jamerson and Gabe, both of them in the high 190, 186. How about D-tackle? Little weak there. Hayden got some upgrades, though. Left out, Ty Archibald, along with Larry Yang, up there in overall. Corin, he's up to a 90. He's got some abilities, too. A lot of this team looking good. Gabe Maffey up there. Our corners look all right. We have an 88, 85, 83, 81. Of course, that's what the boost they're playing up to there. We also got our freshman corners. Daniel Gunn up to an 86 there. And how about Jamal Sheed? He had a nice upgrade. That's why that's why he's starting freshman kicker and a punter. So that is the roster, ladies and gentlemen. And now it is time for us to put auto recruiting on and get to simming. Let's go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are currently 8-0 on the year. And we are in prime position to make the playoff here. Prime position to get a bye. Let's get back to the sim, folks. And ladies and gentlemen, we are 12-0. Ranked 4 in the land in the Big 12 Championship. I believe that's 5 straight years we've been competing for the Big 12 Championship. However, we won last year. We need to win it this year. Beat the piss out of Utah, and we get a bye. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, we have done it. We have won the Big 12 back-to-back. We're on to the playoffs. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to the Verbo Fiesta Bowl. We're going to be taking on the Alabama Crimson Tide. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. The Verbo Fiesta Bowl. This is complete and utter bullshit that we're taking on Bama. Because these fucking SEC geeks and these fucking Big Ten geeks say, well, this team should have the fucking bye. Alabama should have got the bye. Fuck these new playoff rules. They're fucking horseshit. It's only benefiting the SEC Big Ten. All bullshit. But anyway, we got to believe, and we got to play the game. If we beat Bama, it's a miracle, but believe, Baylor, believe. Well, here we are, folks, down 17-0. Fucking great. Here we go. Vieira. Hands off to Rashid, I believe, and he gets a yard, 9 yards. Not a read option. I'm going to go inside zone. Cleveland's on the field. Can we get in? We got to get this to 10. There you go. Cleveland, he's not going to get the fuck in. They're going to go at the 1. Here we go, boys. Vieira gets it to fucking Rashid. Touchdown Baylor. Cuts the lead to 10. Come on. It's now 24-7. Yeah, great. Fucking 4th and 1. We're going for it. And I get fucking hit. And I get fucking picked. 3rd and 16. Here we go. Going up again to Vieira. Come on, get there. Get there. He got there! Oh, yeah! 1st and goal at the 7. Let's go. All right, after that big play in 3rd and 16, 1st and goal, Vieira. Fuck, why did I throw it there? Why did I throw it there? I'm a fucking crouton-looking shit. Oh, my God. He just stopped running his route. He just stopped running. 3rd and 9. Throws it right at him. He throws it right at him. Unbelievable. This game is so fucking bad. Unbelievable. 2nd and 10 here. Vieira, come on. Going up to him again. Get there. Ah! Comeback. Nope, it's 41-10. That is your ball game. 41-17. We complete and utter got fucked. How? These new playoff rules suck. Fuck the Big Ten. Fuck the SEC. You fucking pussies. Oh, we got the best teams. We got the most teams in the conference. We deserve to get a bye. It shouldn't go to fucking Boise State. Fuck you. Embarrassment. We got our ass kicked. One of the 3rd best team. Fucking bullshit. Ladies and gentlemen, these new playoff rules suck. They suck. I'm sorry. If you're a Big Ten fan or SEC fan, I don't give a fuck who you fucking support. Fuck the Big Ten. Fuck the SEC. You know what they remind me of? They're fucking crybabies. These new playoff rules fucking suck. The fact that Alabama did not get a bye pisses me off. We should have never fucking played them. Last year, I won a natty with Baylor. Unfortunately, the audio got cut, so we had to delete the video. And this year with Baylor, the best I can do is a fucking quarterfinal. Fuck the Big Ten. Fuck the SEC. You crybaby bitches. Oh, Boise State got a bye. And Penn State or Texas should have got the bye. Fuck you and fuck that. I hope the Big Ten or SEC they fucking don't win a natty. I hope someone from the Big 12 like Colorado or Baylor or TCU or Iowa State or a team from the ACC like Clemson, North Carolina. I hope one of them win the natty this year because fuck the SEC and fuck the Big Ten. Cry baby bitches. Cry babies always get what they want, by the way. So just you gotta cry. If you're a child watching me, just cry and you'll get your way. That's what the Big Ten and SEC is teaching us. All right, and that's what I'm teaching you here today. Anyway. I thought we built a great team. We were 12-0, 13-0, and Alabama, fucking big bad Alabama. Fuck Alabama. Fuck them. I hope they have a bad year this year, too. Fuck them. But anyway, if you have enjoyed, I'm sorry for the swearing. I went on a little tangent there. If you enjoyed, hit the like button, hit the sub button. When you hit like and sub button, motivate me to keep doing this. And yes, I'm angry right now because this game sucks. Kind of got hoed. I mean, for the third best team, we only put up 24 points. Fucking ridiculous. Anyway, have a great day, have a great night, and I will see you in the next one. Peace. I'm out.